Hi everyone, I am Shubham Jhabbar. I am a master teacher at Vedantu. We are discussing JEE Advanced 2018, Paper 1, Mathematics, and the question for this video is this. The number of real solutions of the equation sine inverse Hakuna equal to pi by 2 minus cos inverse Matata lying in the interval minus half to half is. So here the inverse trigonometric functions sine inverse x, cos inverse x respectively assume values in minus pi by 2 close to pi by 2 closed and 0 close to pi closed. Now pi by 2 minus cos inverse of anything is sine inverse of that thing. So that essentially becomes sine inverse of, let's say, Hakuna equal to sine inverse Matata. That means Hakuna equal to Matata, Hakuna Matata. So here basically if you see carefully, this expression will turn out to be equal to this expression. So this is essentially a GP, so is this a GP, this is again a GP, this is again a GP, all are infinite GP, and using the formula for the sum of infinite GP we can write here anyway x is between minus half to half, so the common ratios are within the required limits of the sum of infinite GP. So here I can write first term, which is essentially x square by 1 minus common ratio minus x times, here the first term essentially is x by 2 and the common ratio is essentially again x by 2 equal to, so here it becomes the first term is minus x by 2 and the common ratio is also minus x by 2, so this is what we get, minus the first term is minus x and the common ratio is also minus x. Upon simplification we essentially get this. Clearly x equal to 0 is a root. Also we see x equal to 0 belongs to this interval minus half open to half open, and also when x becomes 0 the argument or the input to sine inverse and cos inverse are within the limits minus 1 close to 1 closed. So upon cancellation of x on both the sides we get this. Now let's further take LCM and simplify the expressions on both sides. Upon simplification we get this. Now let's cross multiply and rearrange. Upon cross multiplication we get this on respective sides, and by taking every term, all terms on one side, we essentially get this cubic polynomial equation. So now we are interested in the roots of this cubic polynomial equation. So let's take this cubic polynomial as f of x. And in general, how we deal with cubic polynomial? By considering its derivative or by guessing one of the roots, which if you try you may not be able to guess. The derivative turns out to be 3x square plus 4x plus 5. If you see carefully, this quadratic has leading coefficient positive and the discriminant 16 minus 60 would be negative. So that means this quadratic polynomial is positive for all x. That means derivative is positive for all x. That means this fx is increasing for all x. Now since this is a cubic, as x goes to minus infinity it will go to minus infinity, and as x goes to infinity it will go to infinity. So that means there will be exactly one root of fx equal to 0. Now to figure out an approximate location of the root, since we are ultimately concerned about this interval minus half to half, let's explore the values within this range. That means let's explore the values of this function for x within this range. So here let's first of all put the simplest thing of all, which is 0. So when you put x to be 0, f of 0 turns out to be minus 2. So that means it has still not crossed the x-axis. Why? Because as x tends to minus infinity, this expression fx will go to minus infinity. And since it is strictly increasing, it will cross x-axis exactly once. And at x equal to 0, it has not still crossed x-axis. So instead of checking for minus half, I would just check for half. So what about f of half? So basically it becomes 1 by 8 plus 1 by 2 plus 5 by 2 minus 2. And if you see carefully, it's definitely clearly positive. So that means I have got another root which strictly lies in this interval 0 open to half open, and the first root that I had got was x equal to 0. So that means they are definitely two distinct roots. So I may expect the answer to be 2, but I should check whether the value when x is between 0 to half, is this allowed in the domain of sine inverse and cos inverse or not. Since it is not just sine inverse x and cos inverse x, it is sine inverse some expression in x and cos inverse some expression in x. So we need to see whether they whether this x between 0 and half is allowed or not. Now you may say, okay sir, it is anyway given in this question that x belongs to the interval minus half to half, but still we should ideally be checking it. So when you take value of x to be between 0 open to half open, the value of this right hand side is clearly less than 1 and greater than 0. Now you may say, sir, but this is a modified expression. So that means you have noticed it right. So we should be checking with the actual original expression, which is when you don't cancel x on both sides. Here we have cancelled x on both sides. So the original expression essentially would be x by 1 plus x, 2 plus x. Now here also, if you put x to be some value between 0 and half, x plus 1 is clearly greater than x, and also x plus 2 is greater than x. So you may say overall this value remains positive but less than 1, which is supposed to be the input of cos inverse, and hence it is admissible, because a value between 0 and 1 is admissible in cos inverse. Now you may say, sir, what about sine inverse input? Since we have got this root by solving left hand side equal to right hand side, for this value of x, left hand side would indeed be equal to right hand side, and if right hand side is between 0 and 1, definitely left hand side will also be between 0 and 1, and hence it will be admissible in sine inverse expression also. So that means I get two roots or two solutions, and that's what I want. One solution being 0 and another being some value between 0 and half. That's all from my side. Stay tuned. Thanks for listening.